Hello and welcome to the Rocky Mountain Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. Tonight's presentation will feature 6 colleges, each presenting for 6 minutes. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen at any time to type questions to our presenters. Your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so please be sure to sign up for more. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/RMACAC. And with that, I'll turn it over to our first presenter, Regent University.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening to learn more about the college search process. We are all really excited to present to you a little bit about our schools. My name is Jeannie Getz, and I am from Regent University. We are a 4-year private Christian university. We're located in Virginia Beach, and we're also located online. We have about 4,400 students who are undergraduates, about 11,000 total. So we do have a grad school, and we also have doctoral programs. These 4,400 undergraduates are either taking classes with us online, commuting to campus, or living on campus. Here you can see that our students represent all 50 states, 90 countries, and 40 denominations. We do have a very diverse student body. You can also see here, we have put down our average test scores and our GPA. At Regent, though, we are looking at the student holistically. So we're considering each student as an individual. We're looking at your extracurriculars during high school, the difficulty of the classes that maybe you've taken during high school, and other information that you submit during that application process. We are test optional, although if you do have test scores, we always encourage students to submit those as well. Here you can see a number of our awards for more than 40 years. We have been an award-winning, regionally accredited liberal arts university for 9 years in a row. We have received the #1 online bachelor's program in the state of Virginia. So this is a fantastic benefit for our students now more than ever in this very virtual world, and for students who want to continue learning online in the future. We have curated a comprehensive curriculum for which we are only one of 23 universities across the country to receive that A rating, and that basically means we're giving you a great solid general education foundation so that when you do start taking classes that are in your major, you will be ready for success. 90% of our full-time faculty do hold that highest degree in their discipline. Most oftentimes this is a PhD, and many of them at Regent University are still actively working in their fields. So they're going to be bringing that real-world experience into the classroom for you to learn. Here you can also see that our student to faculty ratio is 17:1, and this small classroom dynamic really allows our students to get to know each other, build lasting relationships with not only their peers, but also their faculty. Also, we find that our professors are able to give really individualized instruction to the students. And I also think it's a great opportunity for students to really start building their network while they're an undergraduate as they carry their time through Regent University to build that network to help you get that job in the chosen field. So here you can see our our on-campus tuition rates. We do realize that figuring out the finances is a huge part of deciding what school you choose to go to. So at Regent, we are committed to making our education affordable. Here you can see that 85% of our students do receive some sort of aid. We rank in the top 5% of most affordable private Christian colleges and universities across the country. And we have a number of institutional opportunities for aid. We always encourage students to fill out that FAFSA, take advantage of federal aid as well. The net price calculator here that you see on the bottom right-hand side of your screen is an excellent resource for breaking down your individual costs to figure out, what you could expect to pay going to school at Regent University. And here is our online tuition rates. Perhaps you are that student who has really enjoyed learning in that hybrid model, if you are a high school student in a hybrid model right now, or if you're completely online and you enjoy it and it works with you. Perhaps you're a student who isn't able to move to Virginia Beach, or maybe you're going to be working full-time. Tuition in this case is determined by course load at Regent. Full-time is considered 12 or more credits per semester. And here at Regent University, we have over 135 different programs of study, all the way from art to STEM. We offer classes in the most relevant and popular majors, also all the way from associate's degrees through doctoral programs. And for those students who are desiring to expand their knowledge using a more classical approach, we do have a newly revamped honors college that offers a very challenging curriculum in a cohort environment that's going to help foster knowledge, character, and skills. Here you can see our wheel of student resources. We have many more. These are just a few of our favorites. These are available to students whether you're taking courses with us online or on campus, and in many cases, you're available to students who are alumni. One of my favorites is the career services. So our students and alumni can receive professional help on their resumes, learn how to interview better, find internships, externships, jobs, as well as access our premium career assessments. We also understand that going to college is a 360-degree experience. Regent offers many opportunities outside the classroom. We do have over 55 student-led organizations, including a surf club. We are very close to the beach. Moot court, we do have a law school on campus, and our student activities board is always very popular. We have 9 collegiate sports, as well as intramural and club sports. We do have a state-of-the-art performing arts center. Many of our students choose to participate or watch several productions throughout the year. And of course, if you are interested in a military career, you are not alone. About 30% of our total student body is military affiliated. We offer several programs, scholarships, including ROTC. And here's a map where you can kind of visualize where we are located. We're on beautiful coastal Virginia Beach, only a short drive from the boardwalk. In the state of Virginia, there are 38 state parks and 21 national parks. So great places to unwind and refresh over the weekend. You can also see some of our top attractions. We are very close to DC and the Outer Banks, and we encourage you to schedule on-campus tours right now, or take virtual tours with us online. You can apply online and call and speak to one of our admissions counselors, and they will waive that application fee. We do operate on a rolling admissions. So if you are a senior right now, it is not too late to apply, and we look forward to helping you discover your future at Regent. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is Sweetbriar College.
Hi, my name is Savannah, and I am an admissions counselor at Sweetbriar College. Sweetbriar is located in the middle of Virginia. We are about 2 hours south of Charlottesville, about 3 hours from the beach, and about 4 hours south of Washington, D.C. So lots of opportunities very close by. We are an all-women's college. We have always been an all-women's college. We're really focused on developing leaders for the problems that you all are inheriting to be problem solvers, analytical thinkers, collaborators. We are intentionally small. Your average class size is about 8 to 12 students, so you really get one-on-one attention. Your faculty can see you and tell when you need extra help, when something hasn't quite made it all the way through. And very, very experiential and hands-on, so very in-depth, very intensive. We are outcomes oriented. Within 6 months of graduation, 90% of our students are gainfully employed.
Savannah, sorry, this is Layla. We're not seeing the presentation in presentation mode.
Can you clarify what that means?
So we're still seeing the slides. Yeah, okay, the slide wasn't moving. Yeah, if you want to go to, yep, and then go to presenter view.
Is that better?
It's not, it hasn't shifted, but can anyone else chime in and maybe see what's going on? Okay. Well, maybe just keep going. Your slides weren't moving, but that's fine.
Okay.
If you maybe want to start over.
Thank you. Sorry about that. So Sweetbriar is located in Virginia, roughly right in the middle of Virginia. We are all women. We are intentionally small. Your average class size is about 10 students. We are experiential, highly hands-on, and intensive. Most of our students are either employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. We have a very large campus, a little bit less than 3,000 acres, most of which is rural. We have 18 miles of trails that you can go hiking and riding and mountain biking on. or horseback riding. And most of the campus itself is fairly close together, so it's going to be easy to get around. We do research right on campus. We have about 20 different programs of study, including pre-med, pre-vet, and pre-law, and master's in teaching program, and then an equestrian certificates program so that you can focus in on the training and schooling of horses or barn management.
Savannah, I'm sorry, your slides are not moving. So we're still on the outcomes oriented in the room to roam.
You could try unsharing and then resharing it.
Yeah, maybe
Sometimes
let's
that
do,
helps.
yeah, try that.
I've not had this problem at any fair so far, so I don't know what's going on. Do you see the internship slide?
Yes, now we're seeing it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So 8 out of 10 of our students do research, or do internships. Very, very active. It's great for resume experience. 6 out of 10 of our students do research with faculty before they graduate. So another fantastic thing to be able to put on your resume. A lot of that research is being done on campus. Our faculty are incredible. Most of them hold the highest degree in their field. They came to Sweet Briar to teach first. They're still doing research and publishing, but teaching comes first to them. You're never going to be taught by graduate students. We also have a unique calendar system where we begin and end each year with a 3-week period where you only take one course, and it's intensive and meets every day for several hours, so highly intensive. When things calm back down, some of those will go study abroad. So you have the opportunity maybe to do a creative writing class in London. We are residential. We do require students to live on campus unless they are over the age of 24. We guarantee housing all 4 years, though. Lots of different variety in terms of housing, singles, doubles, apartment style suites. We have on-campus counseling and health services available. We understand that mental health is just as important as emotional and physical. We also have incredible dining. We are growing a lot of our produce on campus in a greenhouse that is literally within sight of the dining hall. We have an apiary on campus where we are teaching students how to take care of bees because they are so incredible and important to our food supplies. We have 2 vineyards on campus where we're growing grapes that we're selling to Virginia wineries. And we have a 26,000 square foot greenhouse. So lots of sustainability, lots of opportunities to get research and get experience in those fields. We have an equestrian program on campus, and our equestrian center is directly on campus. It's about 130 acres. You can ride. About 1/3 of our students are horseback riders, and half of them are first-time riders. So you can totally be at home if you've never done it before. We have about 50 school-owned horses, so you don't have to be able to bring your own horse. 7 varsity sports, including soccer, swimming, tennis, lacrosse, field hockey, golf, and cross country. We are Division III, so no athletic scholarships, but we block practices from 4 to 6, so they never interfere with classes and rarely do games. Lots of co-curricular opportunities, lots of clubs. If there's something that you want that doesn't exist, you can be the one to start that. Just need a few friends and a faculty sponsor. When everything calms down again, we'd love for you to go study abroad. We have established relationships all around the world. We just really would like for you to stay away from war-torn countries. But other than that, lots of opportunities. Career Services follows you for life. So if 10 years down the road, you decide you want to change jobs, they'll work with you for free to help you change careers and change what you're doing. We are affordable. So the overall percentage, if you were receiving 0 aid, would be about $34,000 a year. No student is doing that. We award merit scholarships at the time of acceptance and need aid based on your FAFSA form. So please, everyone, do remember to file your FAFSA form. It's crucial to your financial aid. Most of our students receive financial aid, although we do not promise to be able to meet full need. We work really hard to put together a package that works for you and your family. We are open for visits. We would love for you to come out and see us in person. We actually have a program that helps support the cost of your travel to come see us. So please reach out to me if you have questions about how to do that, if you want to come see campus. We are also doing personalized virtual tours that you can sign up for. And then we are Still accepting applications. It's free to apply. There's no fee. Essays and recommendation letters are completely optional. We're test optional for a 3.0 or higher and roughly around that. We know some students couldn't test this year, so we'll work with you if you couldn't test. But even if you were under that, don't use it as a cutoff. We review applications holistically. We also do free transfer credit evaluations. And then if you want to contact me directly, here is my information. I'll also drop that in the chat. And I just want to thank everyone and apologize, but thank you for your patience. And I apologize for the issues that I had with my sharing of my presentation that has not happened before tonight. So again, thank you. And please let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you so much. And our next presenter is DePaul University.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Fink. I am an admission counselor at DePaul. I am so excited to be chatting with you all tonight to tell you all about the university that I am I'm referred to as what's called a double demon. I did both my graduate and my undergraduate degree at DePaul. So super happy to share my experiences with you all tonight. So DePaul is a private Catholic liberal arts university located in Chicago. I love to start out with this picture of our campus so you can really see not only, where we're located in Chicago, but really kind of breaking that misconception of what being an urban campus means. You can see we do have green space on campus, we do have trees, but we are right in the heart of the city, which I will show you in just a second. One thing that I like to note right off the bat is that DePaul is a dual campus university, meaning that we do have two campuses within the city. Right now, you are seeing Lincoln Park, which is a northern neighborhood of Chicago, about 15 minutes north of downtown. And then we also have a campus located in downtown Chicago. So just depending on what you're studying at DePaul will determine which campus you'll spend most of your time at. You can see on this map of Chicago, and actually this is a pretty zoomed in map. If you're not familiar with the city, Chicago has almost 100 different neighborhoods that make it up, and Lincoln Park and the Loop are just two of them that are only about 15 minutes apart via the train. So our students can get back and forth via the train. Every student gets a U-Pass, which gets you unlimited access to the Chicago trains and buses. So traveling around campus is really accessible, but also really with that U-Pass, you get access to all of Chicago. So it's kind of a cheesy saying, but we always say the city is our campus. So when you're a DePaul student, you're not just living in a college bubble. We really encourage students to get out and explore the city, and having that free transportation is just one part of how we make that possible. I mentioned that our campuses are a dual campus. That means that any resource you find in one, you'll find in the other. Students will regularly spend time on both campuses, just again, depending on what they're studying and which vibe you like a little better. The Lincoln Park campus looks more like a traditional college campus, whereas our Loop campus, again, is right in the heart of downtown. So it looks a little more urban. And so now to dive into just some more basic facts about the university, we are the largest Catholic university in the nation. We have a little over 22,000 total students. Of those, about 15,000 or so are undergraduate students. We also have students that are coming from over 30 different faith backgrounds, so you don't have to be Catholic to attend DePaul. In fact, only about a third of our students identify as Catholic. We also have, again, just going off of diversity numbers, about 45% of our students are students of color. About a third are first generation college students. We have students from all 50 states as well as 111 countries. So really reflecting the diversity of Chicago, I would say, is very much reflected in the diversity at DePaul. We really take pride in where our students are coming from. And so we're happy to, have such a large Chicago-based population, but also welcoming students from all over the US and all over the world. We are named after St. Vincent de Paul, who is the patron saint of charity. So the values of community service to accessibility to a higher education degree, as well as diversity are really implemental into who we are and in our values. We do have over 130 different majors that students can study. I listed the top 5 right here. I think this gives you kind of a good range of what you could expect to study at DePaul. Film and television is by far our most popular major. After that, we also have excellent programs in health sciences, accounting, psychology, computer science. Those make up 3 of our most popular colleges, which include our College of Computing and Digital Media, our College of Business, and our College of Science and Health. Other than that, we also have excellent programs in education, theater, music, the liberal arts, as well as communication. So there's really a lot of things you can study at DePaul. Getting into getting involved on and off campus. I think being in Chicago means that there's a lot to do on campus, but there's also a lot to do off. We hold involvement fairs throughout the year so students can get involved in one of our 350 different clubs. We also have over 500 companies that will recruit on campus for jobs and internships for students throughout the year. So we're really proud of being able to, again, give students kind of this really immersed experience within Chicago where you're taking advantage of all that the city has to offer. If you're interested in applying to DePaul, we are on the Common App. Our application opens up August 1st and it is free to apply. We have been test optional since 2012, so we regularly review students both with and without test scores. It really is your decision in the end. We're not going to, try to sway you either way. We know this year more so than ever, more students haven't been able to take the ACT or SAT. In fact, our incoming class for this year, about 75% applied without a test score. So again, it's totally up to you, and I'm happy to have that conversation if you guys have any questions. A couple deadlines to be aware of. Our early action deadline is November 15th. I highly recommend applying by that deadline. You'll get the first full consideration for scholarships, as well as your decision back by December 15th. So that's the end of my presentation. I'm so excited to chat with you all. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A, and I'd be happy to share my contact information with you all as well.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is Butler University.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Andy White. I am the Associate Director of Admission here at Butler. I've been at Butler for 16 years now. It's a tremendous place to work, and I hope you find that it's also a tremendous place to go to school, or at least might be a good fit for you. Butler University is located in Indianapolis, Indiana. We too have an aerial shot that we can show you kind of our proximity to downtown. So we sit about 4 miles due north of downtown Indianapolis. We are a nationally recognized university with 6 academic colleges. We have the College of Communication, which features outstanding programs like journalism, sports media, music industry studies. We have the College of Education, which has had a 100% placement rate for 16 plus years now. We have the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences with outstanding natural science programs, as well as an engineering partnership with Purdue University. The College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences has one of the higher ranked pharmacy programs in the country, as well as a strongly ranked PA program. The Jordan College of the Arts has music, dance, and theater. The dance program specifically is primarily ballet and now ranked 3rd in the country. And then we have the Lacey School of Business, which is consistently in the top 50 in the country and inching closer to the top 40. We're known for all the liberal artsy things that schools our size should be known for, small class sizes, no lecture halls, no grad assistants, no TAs. We do have opportunities to engage directly with faculty members from day one. We really do promote the idea of real world, experiences through things that are obvious, like internships, but also research opportunities with faculty mentors, performance mentors, et cetera, et cetera. Conversely, we do have, for a school our size, we do have a host of bigger school experiences and opportunities. What immediately comes to mind for me most often would be the world-class performing arts that we have on our stages. In fact, we have Indianapolis's largest performing arts auditorium, but we also are proud to offer Division I athletics, and we compete well in the Big East Conference. So I mentioned our size, but I didn't give you an actual number. So we sit just under 5,000 undergraduate students. We're able to offer an average class size of 22 and 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We don't really have that many grad students on our campus. We're talking maybe 500-ish, and most of those students are working professionals who are taking classes at night. And so there's never any overlap between the undergrad and grad populations. And what that means for our undergrad students is that you're going to have the opportunity to do grad level research side by side with a faculty member. And these opportunities are kind of in abundance. I guess now for some shameless humble bragging. When it comes to national rankings, according to US News and World Report, we are 13th in the country for first year experiences. On the back end, we're 18th in the country for senior capstone experiences. We're 19th in the country for study abroad opportunities, 21st for internships, and then what we're most proud of all these rankings is that we're 23rd when it comes to service learning opportunities. While national rankings are great, we are also the #1 regional university in the Midwest for the second consecutive year. And then we're proud to also be ranked the #1 most innovative school for Midwest regional universities for 5 consecutive years. So this is just an aerial shot of our hometown. Like I said before, our campus sits about 4 miles due north of downtown Indianapolis. But Indianapolis, the metro area, is actually the 17th largest city in the country. I would say that our campus has neither an urban nor a suburban feel. You kind of got a gist of that when you saw the first picture, that we sit in a very green, secluded, kind of serene, park-like setting, if you will, in what we think is a perfectly sized city. Our campus was well ahead of the curve when it comes to real world experiences being kind of a foundational piece of any kind of learning. And we've been widely recognized as one of the best schools in the country for creating meaningful internship opportunities. And so I think our location really does give us definite advantages when it comes to securing said internships. In fact, a little over 80% of our students will not only do one internship, but most of them will do a second or a third, or some even do a fourth, and that's largely a byproduct of our location. To the best of my knowledge, our business program is the only undergraduate business program in the country that requires 2 internships to graduate, and so this experiential learning is a big part of who we are. Another note about Indy. Indy was recently recognized in Forbes' top 10 cities in the US for business, and so if you're interested in things like healthcare and education and finance and the tech sectors, we would be a great place for you to go to school. Some featured corporations that we have standing partnerships with would include Eli Lilly, the pharmaceutical giant, Delta Faucet, Rolls-Royce, Salesforce, Cummins, Roche, among many, many others. So moving on to, oops, that's the wrong direction. Quick fast facts about the application. These are the things, the kind of mission critical parts that you need to know. There's never an application fee, so it's always free to apply to Butler. We are a Common App school, but we also have our own institutional application. We see about 80% of our applications come to us through the Common App, so we truly don't have a preference there. We are a November 1st early action school that we do practice a truly holistic review process. And so what that means for the students is that we're looking for reasons to admit. We're looking for reasons why an applicant would succeed, as opposed to looking for reasons to deny a student. We are test optional school. We jumped into that pool last year when the pandemic began, although we were considering it for a long time before. But we're truly test optional. So you do not need to have test scores to be fully considered for admission, and you truly don't need test scores to be fully considered for academic scholarships. Academic scholarships, that consideration happens automatically. This year, the range is somewhere between $15,000 and $22,000 a year, and nothing about our process is binding in any way, shape, or form. So in conclusion, I guess if I were wrapping up, and I would say, if I only had 15 seconds to give my elevator pitch about what's the differentiator between our campus and others, I would point to our students. These are the exact kind of kids that I would want my own children to go to school with. You know, I look at our students and I would describe them as balanced, and I would describe them as well-adjusted and incredibly involved and engaged. And I would say that they're committed to diversity and inclusion, and they're humble, and they truly, truly, truly want to make a positive impact on our campus and the community that surrounds us. And I think most importantly, you can see this come through in the school spirit. They just love Butler. And so, so in other words, they're happy. And I think that's important. So I will yield my last 10 seconds to my colleague from Elon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is Elon University.
Thank you. Let me go ahead and get my screen sharing. Stop others, yes. And going. Hopefully it's good, but we're gonna kick it off. So hi everybody, my name is Meredith Smith. I'm Assistant Dean of Admissions at Elon University, which is in North Carolina. Actually, it's right in the center of North Carolina. So we are a medium-sized private liberal arts institution, about 3 hours from the beach, 2.5 from the mountains, great central location. We're right on the same highway as a ton of other great colleges and universities. You've probably heard of a couple of them, and we love having them as neighbors, not only for kind of visiting friends and obviously going on multiple tours in one day, because what would be more fun than that, but also athletic events. I mean, for our club sports, we get the opportunity to play right in our backyard, and that's really fun. Otherwise, we're Division I in the CAA conference, and we compete from Charleston all the way up to Maine. So kind of right along that 95 corridor. Outside of the North Carolina area is actually where we get most of our students. So 80% of our students come from outside of North Carolina. So our campus population is really unique. And I often reference that you'll hear a Boston accent before you hear y'all. So a lot of people like to think, oh, you're in the South, but we're in the South and we're excited about that because we get to reap the benefits of the lovely, beautiful campus, beautiful weather, but a really unique campus population from all over the world. So our students that come, they're there for 4 years. Our goal is to get you out in 4. There's, like I said, a medium-sized campus population with limited graduate students around. So it's really an undergraduate focused and centered environment. Your class size, though, is actually smaller. So 20 is an average class size, and you're going to know your professors because it's only 12-to-1 student-teacher ratio. And that's why they were hired, to know our students, to work with our students, kind of to take the lead in guiding conversations, but encouraging engagement across all different aspects and all different majors. As I mentioned, we're liberal arts, so we actually kind of encourage you to come in a little undecided about some stuff at least, so that you can explore, because you're going to be required to explore, take classes in and outside of your major, add on that minor or two, add on a major, just depends on what you're interested in doing. And we also encourage you to kind of dive in and get involved right away within your neighborhoods. So we don't have just first year housing only and upperclassmen only. We're a little bit of a blended residential neighborhood community. And so we actually have most of our first and second year students living on campus. Juniors and seniors are welcome to live off or request to live on. And they're all throughout campus in our 8 different neighborhoods. Now, of course, getting involved is huge. I mean, I'm sure you're doing a ton of things now. And we hope that you'll do those things or pursue new things when you get to college. It's all about learning and discovery. And so we have plenty of ways to do so. And if we don't have it, we'd encourage you to start it. And as I mentioned, we also are Division I. So there's a great opportunity to both support or play. If you've already been recruited, then kudos to you. And we look forward to hopefully seeing you soon. Now, those are the majors. That's what you're going to get at a lot of schools. You're going to have a campus. You're probably going to live there, all those great things. But what Elon's really known for are Elon experiences. You are required to complete 2 of the 5 before you graduate. Those Elon experiences are study abroad, internship, leadership, research, and service. We embed these in so much of what we do. Service learning is not just done on a service trip. There's classes where you have service hours. Internships are often required, with almost 90% of our students having one before they graduate, all across the world, especially while they're maybe even studying abroad. And so, in fact, we are #1 in the nation for studying abroad. Many of our students go 2 or 3 times because we offer something called winter term. There's that flexibility to toss in a 1 month of January in another country and take a class for 1 month and really immerse yourself in the culture, the class, and then come back and hop right into spring semester. So our unique calendar system affords many students the opportunity to really get out there and explore the world and learn more about what it is that they're doing, what they like, and how they could grow. Now, kind of reining it in and talking a little bit about what else is going on campus, how you can get there. Elon Admissions, we too joined the test optional train and are happy to stay on it and ride that train for a long time into the future, hopefully. And so next year, again, test optional, again on the Common App. where most of our students apply. We do have a separate application that you'll be notified of for scholarships that are program based. So we'd never put you in something you didn't want to do. So you do have to apply to those, and there's the benefit of a scholarship. Then there's others that would come in your acceptance letter if you qualify. Some other programs to think of. So while you don't apply to one of our schools, like the School of Business or School of Compt, when you look at Elon, you do have a couple options of things that kind of require you to declare pretty early on. And that would be engineering, nursing, and then some of our dual degree programs like our new Business 3+1. We highlight the engineering and nursing here as well because we've got a really great new innovation quad that is currently being built on campus. And it's going to be a great facility for our upcoming engineering school that'll be there probably in the next year or two. COVID kind of set us back a little bit. So as soon as we can get that accreditation process wrapped up, we'll have that. We've had engineering for years, but we're excited to really solidify ourselves in the marketplace for that. So there's a lot of things going on. We've got a lot of areas where you can grow and explore and engage, really dive in. But if you ever get a chance to come to campus, we would love to have you there. We are open and have been open. We have opportunities to visit us virtually, engage in so many different ways. I'm your admissions counselor, so if you ever need anything, reaching out to me is going to be the quick and easy way to figure stuff out. But of course, our website has everything you need as well. So I'm going to drop a couple of those links in the chat, but otherwise, I appreciate it getting a chance to talk to y'all tonight, and have a great evening.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is Villanova University.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Happy to talk a little bit more about Villanova in this time frame. Started my timer. So the first thing I address when talking about campus is what our campus is like, the atmosphere at Villanova. We are a traditional residential style school, and like many of the colleges have gone tonight, we're in that small medium category. In our case, we're about 6,700 undergraduates. So still very much a place where that relationship between teacher and student is paramount to who we are, our average class size being 23 students. And it's a place even, you might be the only one coming from your high school in Colorado or the other states there in the Rocky Mountain region. But even after being on campus for about a month, you're going to see a lot of familiar faces and know your way around backwards and forwards. With campus and Villanova being situated, we are in the metro region of Philadelphia. So if you look there on the horizon line, you see downtown Philadelphia. Then in talking about residence life, most of our students live on campus for 3 years, if not for 4 years. And more on the nearer horizon for you students is that your first year living where my mouse is hovering, that's called South Campus. That's where our entire first year class lives. And I think that's really cool. You get to have your own micro community there. You have your own dining hall, your own green space. You're with people that are clearly in the same boat as you in their first year of college. I think it just inculcates a nice community again within the larger Villanova landscape. So you're able to still be within a 5-10 minute walk to the rest of campus. Another great perk is that with the transit network there in Philadelphia, that we have 3 different train stops on campus. So very easy to get to the rest of the city, as well as downtown to the airport, up to New York, down to Washington, D.C., what have you. And talk about our history and heritage, Villanova is the nation's one and only Catholic and Augustinian school. The values of the Augustine order are on our school seal, which are truth, unity, and love. The main founding tenet there is definitely around community, because centuries ago, St. Augustine, that's how the order came to be, is that he wanted to learn with and through others. And naturally, that's a quality and value we seek to really bring to the forefront of education at Villanova. Academically, the school is comprised into 4 different colleges. We have a College of Arts and Sciences, a School of Business, a College of Engineering, and then a School of Nursing. You as a student in your senior year would be applying directly to one of those 4 colleges, in most cases undeclared, or if you're considering any of our science departments, any of the majors in engineering or nursing, you'd apply directly to that program. While you would be choosing your own specific path there, majors and minors wise, we do all students engage in a core curriculum or those general elective classes to kind of broaden your horizons, that depth of knowledge, and have that being complement to your chosen field. In terms of those special academic opportunities, research is something that's very common for students to do at Villanova. About 83% of our students have completed at least one research project during their 4 years. One way which that's really well facilitated is through the first year research program, where students are able to complete a semester's worth of research, that being in the spring of their first year. Another great academic opportunities many of the colleges that have addressed tonight is study abroad. That is something available for every major at Villanova, often done during your junior year. About 45% of our students take part, and we have 60 different programs that are sponsored around the globe. And so while at Villanova, you're of course going to come into, you find your own academic communities, but then also the social community, what student life looks like. A big part of our shared social identity, or our social fabric, is really grounded in the community service side of things, as well as athletics. Those are two areas that really all students take part in some way, shape, or form during their 4 years. On the community service side of things, we have two main events each year, one being a day of service in the Metro Philadelphia area. And then in November, we actually host the largest student-run special Olympics event in the world called Fall Festival. And then beyond that, of course, a lot of other opportunities to engage locally and regionally. Then on the athletic side of things, we are a Division I school that competes in the Big East Conference against Butler and a few others. And all those athletic, or by and large, most of the athletic competitions take place on campus. So they're free for students to attend. And again, just a great place where students are showing their pride. And again, you might see those Villanova sweatshirts and t-shirts, of course, at the games. But I promise that even walking around campus, there's a lot of that pride that's very tangible there. Beyond that, a lot of other clubs and organizations to facilitate student interest. So there's over 260 in total. They run the gamut in terms of areas being like academic honor societies to religious groups, community service groups, cultural groups. You have political advocacy efforts, performing arts, to name but a few. In terms of our application process, we too are a school that utilizes the Common Application. There are 4 different pools in which to apply, 2 there in November and 2 there in January. When it comes to financial assistance at Villanova, over 70% of our students receive aid to attend. And in order to be eligible for those funds, we require the FAFSA form as well as the CSS profile. I'm talking about the Rocky Mountain region. Each year in our incoming class, we get about 30 students, give or take, coming from the states there in the Rocky Mountains, with the largest state represented being Colorado. And last year we had about 20 students incoming from the state. Going forward, know that we plan to be open this summer for on-campus tours. If you will be in the area, we'd love to have you. And similar to my colleagues in their institutions, we'll also have a number of virtual opportunities. I encourage you to take part in the different social media platforms if you'd like to learn more about Villanova too. And I've also included my email there in the chat. So thank you very much for tuning in this evening. And I know I can speak on behalf of everyone that we look forward to seeing you on our campuses.
Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us tonight. When this window closes, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. This is just one of many different sessions being hosted, so please sign up for more. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as many others at strivescan.com/RMACAC. And with that, have a great night, everyone. And yeah.